Every day, everywhere you go, every person you see matters to God. Students at Papillion High School, staff at the local bake shop, next-door neighbors, your client, your cubicle buddy, every last one matters. They are made in God's image. They will last for eternity. Jesus' first command and his last command were all about reaching the one. His first command to his disciples was that they become fishers of people. His last command to his disciples was this: "But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit falls on you, and you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and even to the ends of the earth." He wanted people to come to know him. 100 years after our birth, the elders entered into a season of prayer asking, "God, what do you want for us in the next chapter? What do you want for the next 100 years?" We spent months hammering on this question. It was slow, nearly 2 years of seeking. But now, we feel confident that God has brought clarity, and it's not far from what he commanded his original disciples. Reach one more, here, there, and everywhere.
It's a new day for Christ Community Church, and we're inviting you, 100% of the people who call Christ Community Church their church home, to identify one person who doesn't know Jesus, one person in your relational circle, one person who you would pray for every single day, one person who you would love on, one person to build a relationship with, one person to witness to as God gives you opportunities, one person to invite to be a part of Christ Community Church, one person who matters to God. Together, we'll pray for these friends. We'll love these friends. We'll help each other to become a great verbal witness to them in order to reach one more. But in addition to that, we're going to put a special emphasis on our deaf community. We've got great deaf leaders and a fantastic deaf ministry here at our church, but in the deaf community, less than 2% of deaf Americans follow Jesus. And the definition of an unreached people group is any people group where less than 2% follow Jesus, meaning we have an unreached people group right here in our own backyard. We'd love to hire a part-time deaf staff member, hire some translators, and create a whole church emphasis that makes Christ Community Church a go-to place for the deaf community to find and follow Jesus. We plan to be reaching students in our area with a refreshed look in our student center, new carpet, paint, and lights, and remodeled bathrooms. We want to finish the job on our sports fields in our backyard in order to create more space and put up lights for more teams to be a part of our Upward flag football and soccer ministries, dreaming that we would be able to reach 1,000 kids through sports ministry. About half of those kids are unchurched or barely churched kids, but they get to hear the gospel and hear about Jesus at every practice and halftime of every game.
We also plan to reach one more there. In other words, reaching people in the Omaha metro who might not be within the relational reach of CCC attenders and some of the most vulnerable, marginalized within our city. Our support for key organizations like Rise, Abide, Restored Wings, Assure, and our denomination's very own Camp Rivercrest will enable expanded reach to thousands in the metro that our church body may never directly touch. We plan to partner with a local school that has a high percentage of free and reduced lunches, providing backpacks, tutors, supplies for teachers, and pragmatic help to administration and facilities. We are praying that we are one of 50 churches in our Within Reach network to adopt an under-resourced school to bring support and love to kids across the city. We could never have imagined that the need for trained professional counselors would be so sought after 10 years ago when we launched CityCare. But here we are today with 46 counselors and the need to train even more. Through Reach One More, we will provide scholarships to CCC people called into professional counseling and grow from 46 to 100 counselors and from 8 to 25 locations.
But Reach One More is not just about here and there, it's about reaching people everywhere. And by everywhere, we mean the least reached people in the world who otherwise don't have access to the gospel. We're passionate about a new initiative we have in a nation that we're going to call Jungle City. In Jungle City, we're going to start a brand new mission center in the middle of 5 unreached people groups in hopes of reaching those people on that island in that nation. We'll grow our support for the Great Commission Fund from our normally budgeted $825,000 a year to $1 million per year. We want to support the people who have said, I will give my life in order to take the good news around the world to the people who are the least reached through the Great Commission Fund and by supporting our national office that trains and supports missionaries worldwide. And finally, we plan to plant 27 churches in places that have no churches. 27 churches by 2027. We can provide scholarships for leaders, we can provide finances for buildings, we can provide seed money for the churches to be planted. And we've already got some partnerships developed and targeted where we think we could plant 27 churches in Jungle City and in Highlands and in El Dorado and in Gold Kingdom and in 2 other countries that we don't even have code names for yet. But we believe that they are ripe to receive some church plants among people who have no other opportunity to hear about Jesus. So you may be wondering, what's the price tag on this to reach people here, there, and everywhere? If we add all of those things together, it's $3.4 million over a 13-month period from December 1st of this year to December 31st of 2024. Add that on to our normal budget of $8.8 million that would be brought in during that time, and it's a total of $12.2 million. Now, one of the things that's most exciting to me about this is that most of the money goes to mission. We're just trying to be like Jesus in reaching one more. One more here, one more there, and one more everywhere. In the next month or so, I'm going to be asking you to re-surrender your life to Jesus and consecrate yourself to Him and to the mission that He called us on when He left this planet. I'm going to be inviting you to set aside relational space in your life to reach one more person who matters to God, to write down their name, and to be faithful in praying for them every single day. I'm going to be inviting you to reevaluate your finances and resurrender those to Jesus and ask Him, Jesus, do whatever it takes in me to accomplish your will through me. It's all God's anyway, and from time to time, it's very healthy for us to reevaluate our use of finances to see, does this fully honor God? Then, on November 19th, we're going to have a moment together as an entire church. We'll be together and we'll be bringing our cards where we have identified our one more person and our financial commitment. We'll be asking everybody to make a commitment that will last for 13 months from December 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2024. Let's never settle for being an ordinary church, committed to ordinary lives and ordinary meetings and our own comfort. Instead, let's be a church on mission, joining Jesus to reach one more, here, there, and everywhere. And as a result, people will be reached, churches will be planted, thousands will be in heaven, and all of heaven will rejoice with us.